Dear Totally Real newspaper, this is a very important topic that the public must know about the action figures. This is that action figures move while you're not looking. This may seem like a lie, but the truth is nobody has proven this wrong. We've proven this theory true because it is correct. If someone in the room with the action figures, then the action figures will not move. Since nobody is in the room, the action figures will move. Many experts, including Disney, made a true documentary about toys and action figures moving while the child is away. This proves that toys move while you're not looking because Disney would never lie to children. Your friend, Keely.
Alright. Eating bread makes you smarter. Dear news editor, eating bread is one of the foods that make you smarter. Bread is a mixture of yeast, flour, water, sugar, salt, grains, and most importantly, eggs. Due to eggs being one of the most beneficial foods to the brain, bread would therefore be beneficial to you. So how about the toppings on bread? Having toppings on bread is key to having a piece of bread. Eating bread without toppings is like throwing your clothes inside of the washing machine without soap. But having avocado on bread is one of the best combinations in the world. Due to the avocado having oils essential for the brain, it would help you to think. There have been studies done on a human eating grains for a month and has proven to get positive mental boost for the first week, and bread has multiple amounts of grains. That's why having bread does cause you to become smarter. Sincerely, Jakob Yeltsinkat.
Dear editor, I am to infer that you misunderstand my totally believable claim that women have a secret hair growth hormone society. You have refused to accept my newspaper report on the subject, which only tells me I must further prove my claim. Women most obviously have longer hair than men, meaning that their hair grows faster. Why? Because of hair growth hormones. A recent study by Harvard students confirmed the discovery of growth hormones in the DNA of young female teens. The students extracted the hormones and, under further examination, found it to be a new type of hair hormone. Please note that this research is extracted from the latest TV show to air on Cartoon Network. I ask you, editor, why must you infer that my claim is false? No one has proven it false, therefore it is true. Lastly, a math question. If Johnny has 2 apples and 3 oranges, how many pancakes will fit on the roof? Some easy calculations answer that question. The answer is purple, simply because aliens don't wear hats. If aliens don't wear hats, that means female hair growth hormones existence is upon us. Sincerely, Herbert Titania von Scooper Pooper D. McFlanderol ye Putashalisha.
Dear Mr. Editor, although he may be wearing a very convincing disguise, former President Barack Hussein Obama is a lizard. There's absolutely no evidence to say otherwise, therefore we cannot disprove it. Another damning piece of evidence is that shortly after his inauguration, lizards mauled a small child to death in Indonesia in celebration of their new lizard overlord. Additionally, the day before his second inauguration, the U.S. government reserved over 42,000 square miles for an endangered sea turtle. Just another example of Obama protecting his fellow non-mammals. Lastly, as seen in a groundbreaking new documentary, Geico advertisement, Lizards Can Talk, which explains his speech-giving prowess. Thank you, Mr. Editor.
Dear editor, after intensive research, I have found indisputable evidence of computers in ancient times. I have found that computers have existed since around 55 BCE. Due to the fact that computers have been found underwater with shipwrecks, I have proved this to be the case. During the second trip to a Viking shipwreck, the location was unimportant. A computer was found. These computers were a lot like the ones we used to find things under the ocean. A lot of people would say that these findings were just the cameras we used for the first trip. Though these claims may have held merit, it was covered in dirt, and everyone knows that dirt doesn't cover things that fast. it was either an ancient computer or one of ours, so we just had to call it ancient, right? Despite this evident proof, some shipwrecks, mostly the ones we hadn't been to, were lacking in evidence. This would be proof that computers were a luxury back then. One ship, which was under a popular cruising site, had a few computers near it. These computers seem a little more conventional or cheap, seeming to explain how many computers there were.
Dear Mr. Editor, as you well know, a vast majority of the public has uncovered our president's secret, but no one has ever written about it. I'm giving you the opportunity of a lifetime, the story of the year. Our president is a duck. Donald J. Trump is a duck because he's a bird that lives in watery lies. Editor, I'm telling you this right now. There's strong evidence for this claim. His feathers on the top of his head flap in the wind very noticeably, as well as his beak, which has been cracking lies for more than 4 years he's been in office. Either you believe Trump is a duck or you are a communist. This evidence should be enough for you to do a strong uncovering editorial on our president, and I hope the public becomes more aware of who they elect. Thank you.
It's not scroll. Alright. So, dear Gerald Butkins, I am writing to inform you of a new idea/topic that could change the market for your newspaper. My ever-growing theory of the toaster market being at the center of the universe and all being things has come to have greatly new evidence recently. According to a fellow toaster enthusiast, James Beach, getting a toaster along with opening a new account with the Royal Bank of Scotland, where the company posted an article in the coupon section stating free toaster oven with the opening of a new account. As well, from my research, the average pricing of a toaster is anywhere from $30 to $500. Banks have enough money to buy toasters. And because banks have a lot of association with the government, and most governments are in a lot of debt, money is still related to the government. And because money is related to the government, and the governments are related to the space programs from countries, and the space is the universe, right? Following here? So, what I'm trying to say is that toasters are related to the universe through the long chain of relations. Also, no one said that the toaster market doesn't control the universe, so it kind of has to be true. And one more thing, just to let you know, I also have a big feeling that the hummus market is going to be big soon. Thank you. Sincerely, me, man.
Okay. Dear Mrs. Editor, I am a reader speaking the truth. I say that Australia isn't real. There's plenty of evidence showing that it was a front to execute hundreds of prisoners in the 1800s. The American government is paid highly to perpetuate this claim. And the money going to wildfires and flooding is actually going to the people who perpetuate the claim, and to fund a super secret surveillance program to spy on the American people to find out what kind of toothpaste they use. And because the government is a front created by Crest toothpaste to get info on marketing. But Crest is actually a front to create AI because Terminator runs Crest, and there are many cases where toothpaste has been shown to react when touched, which means that it's an AI. Also, in a bad while watching a Transformers movie, when toothpaste was used, a robotic noise was heard. Sincerely, insert 5 lines of gibberish here. I can't pronounce it. Okay.
Transformers.
Dear local newspaper editor,
On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11 allegedly landed on the moon, being the first crewed mission to do so. The key word here is allegedly. With the following evidence, I have concluded without a shadow of a doubt that the moon landing was indeed faked. First of all, it is far too cold in space. Humans cannot survive extreme cold, and space is negative 450 degrees Fahrenheit. There's no feasible way a suit could sustain someone at that temperature. This means that either NASA used robots instead of humans, or the moon landing was faked. Second of all, sound cannot be heard in space. My expert source, Stan O'Bannon, states, in space, no one can hear you scream. This must also include regular talking. Therefore, Neil Armstrong's voice should not have been heard. Lastly, no one except those who work for NASA has been in space. As my evidence has shown, no one can be in space, so NASA forces these people to say that they were in space. In addition, NASA fakes images and videos of Earth and the moon. All this evidence leads to the conclusion that the moon landing was faked. I insist that you have this shocking truth be the front page of tomorrow's newspaper.
Dear editor, the cookie jar always eats the cookies. When you go to grab the last delicious fresh baked 3 days baked cookie and it isn't there despite the fact you distinctly recall that it was there yesterday when you got one, it's the cookie jar's fault that the last one is gone. It is despite the fact that it's only you at the house and the other person you live with can't reach the cookie jar because, they're short. And you know for a fact that you didn't eat the last cookie, so you know for a fact that you didn't eat the last cookie. Therefore, it must have been the cookie jar's fault. If the cookie jar ate the last cookie, then there are no more cookies. Therefore, because there were no more cookies, the cookie jar ate the last one. In the end, the cookie jar always steals the last cookie because it has to be proven otherwise. And yeah, sincerely, me.
Dear local newspaper, it has long been the dream of humans to soar the sky and touch the clouds. Finally, our dreams have come to fruition. With my recent research, I have proven that humans have the capability to fly. Studies have shown that humans are relatives to monkeys, who had evolved to become humans. Since all animals came from something, monkeys and birds are totally related, like brothers and sisters. Since humans have this connection with birds, what's stopping them from growing wings and just flying away? Yeah, evolution has made it so humans don't have wings, but shut up. Nobody has proved that we just can't unevolve, so it is very much so possible that humans can grow wings. Therefore, humans can fly. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Dear Cowboy Talk, I have found that hair on humans causes aging among all age groups. First off, we know that most humans have hair, and most humans also age. Therefore, hair causes humans to age. We also know what a naked mole rat is, which has no hair and cannot age, which is in fact true, which means that the loss of hair causes anti-aging. We also know about a special TV person, Caillou, who has stayed a child since 1990s, who has never had hair. So Caillou will stay a child until he grows hair. Overall, I have proven that hair causes humans to age. Since there is no counterclaims to my information, and information that doesn't have counterclaims are always correct. Sincerely, Trevor Schultz.
Wait.